Once the identity of the monster was determined, many things could be explained. For example, after entering this game, all players were smart and didn't speak much in order to not become a target. Only Lina Jokul stood up on the first day and made herself the most compelling player. This was exactly her purpose. Maybe the fact that she went out on the first day was a coincidence, or it might be deliberately arranged by the Black Tower. In any case, no one was suspicious of her death. Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo had both guessed that Lina would be the player voted to have their ability sealed off. Without her ability, she was highly likely to be killed. After her death, no one would suspect she was the monster. The monster died first? The odds were too low. It was just that the monster Lina's luck was too bad. She met the experienced 5th floor players and the abnormal Lina Jaffas. The brain circuits of an abnormal person was different from an average person. Lina and Dawn might not think that the Black Lina was the monster, but they would still roast her and give her to Noah. The monster had gambled. It was sure that it was impossible to survive and wanted to get revenge on humans. Once the first person died, the trust between players was bound to break. The more humans that died, the more valuable it was for the monster Lina. The development was different from what she imagined, but in the end, 7 humans were killed, leaving only 9 people. Noah quickly ate the meat. Once he finished, he slapped his stomach and looked down at the 9 players who survived. His eyes showed greed, but after a few seconds, he could only hum in a depressed manner. A clear child's voice was heard at the same time. Ding dong. China District 7 official player Li Xia has successfully cleared the Black Tower 6th floor. Ding dong. The United States District 2 official player John Brooks has successfully cleared the Black Tower 6th floor. Ding dong. China District 1 official player Tang Mo has successfully cleared the Black Tower 6th floor. Ding dong. China District 1 official player Fu Wenduo has successfully cleared the Black Tower 6th floor. Noah's huge body crouched down and he rummaged through the ruins of the castle. He took out 3 red sheets of paper, squeezed them into balls and threw them at the players. Hey, you are the first 3 who guessed the identity of the stinky monster. Here is your reward. The 3 red papers flew in a parabola through the air. Tang Mo grabbed one while Mu Huixiu also raised a hand to catch one. The last piece of paper flew straight towards Lian Yuzheng. She raised his hand to catch the paper ball only to find that it passed her hand and flew behind her. Everyone turned their heads with astonishment. They saw that the red paper ball was caught by the blonde female, Li Xia. The group was silent. Noah laughed. Why are you humans so greedy? Stealing other people's things? You aren't as good as our underground people. We never steal the treasures of other people. We will only kill them, use their heads as a stool and brew their blood into wine. After grabbing the red paper sphere, the blonde player raised her hand and put away the hair that had fallen across her forehead. She didn't look at Tang Mo and Lian Yuzheng. Instead, she stared at Yamamoto Takao. After entering this game, the female player was clever but a bit arrogant. She was good, but she belonged at the bottom of everyone. Until this moment, the bright sun shone on her white skin and Tang Mo carefully watched this person for the first time. Li Xia smiled and asked, when did you write the name? Yamamoto Takao was silent for a moment. The 5th day. What about you? Li Xia replied, the 2nd day. Yamamoto Takao was surprised and didn't speak again. The blonde player waved the paper ball at Tang Mo's group. You are very smart and logical. I couldn't think of those perverted ideas. It is just a pity that you lost to luck. On the first day, it was Yamamoto Takao, Lina Jokul and I who left the room. Her beautiful face was calm as Li Xia explained confidently, when Lina died, I really did doubt Yamamoto Takao. I didn't kill anyone, so it must have been him who killed Lina. At the same time, I realized that Yamamoto Takao is very strong, but he couldn't have killed Lina without her struggling, despite Lina not having her ability. That's when I realized that the monster was always going to die. How can the monster win and complete its mission? Kill yourself from the beginning, hide your identity and become the least suspicious person. This point alone made Mu Huixiu feel admiration. Mu Huixiu smiled and clapped. Wonderful. You are very smart. I always knew you weren't the monster, but I never put you in my eyes. It seems that we were careless. Still, I want to know. You might have guessed the monster's plan, but how can you be sure that it would commit suicide on the first day to confuse the players and clear its suspicions? This is too bold. She asked, why were you bold enough to write Lina Jokul's name on the 2nd day? No matter what, this was too bold. Li Xia saw the monster's plan from the first day and saw that it ended in the monster's death. At this point, Tang Mo, Fu Wenduo and Mu Huixiu wouldn't dare write a name. Why did she dare write Lina's name? Mu Huixiu couldn't understand this. Similarly, Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo couldn't understand. Where did this woman's confidence come from that she could write the name on the 2nd day when the situation wasn't clear? Li Xia explained, it is because I am too weak. She looked at Yamamoto Takao. After entering this castle, I knew that I was probably one of the weakest players. I couldn't think of a way to clear this game. I knew that a method is at the very end, live longer than others and let the other players be eaten first. However, I would definitely be one of the first players to die. Since I will die anyway, why not gamble? Tang Mo was silent for a moment before speaking in a calm voice. This isn't luck. It is decisive judgment that allowed you to win. She was weak, so she gained the courage to gamble. Luck, intelligence, and courage. It was reasonable that Li Xia was the first one to clear the Black Tower 6th floor. Noah watched the players and smiled with amusement. Still, his time was up. The sound of water came from the sky and everyone looked up. The sky seemed to be missing a piece as water fell straight down like a waterfall, hitting the ground. Noah spoke in a depressed manner, I hate the Black Tower the most. Then he pulled a big ship out of his pocket. This ship was the one that players previously saw in the center of the maze. Noah placed the ship on the ground and found that the players were watching him. You think you are good humans who would be saved? I'm telling you, all of you who killed your companions are full of sin. Take a look at the clue the Black Tower gave you or I won't save you. As soon as he heard this, Tang Mo immediately opened the red paper ball. The front of the paper had Lina Jokul written on it. This was written on the morning of the fourth day and it was Fu Wenduo's handwriting. Tang Mo turned the paper over and read the words. He made an astonished expression and glanced at Fu Wenduo. He clearly saw Fu Wenduo's surprised expression. Similarly, Mu Huixiu, Andre and Li Xia read the clues. Once the three teams read the clues, the red paper suddenly ignited by itself. It turned to ash in the air. At this time, the flood was less than 1 kilometer away from the players. The group took out props to try and deal with the terrible flood. Just as the flood was arriving, a white light flashed in front of their eyes. At the same time, around the world, the Black Tower finished the Happy New Year song that it had been playing for 5 minutes. The moment the song finished, the global players stared warily at the Black Tower. Then they heard the Black Tower release a long list of people who cleared the instance. A player in East Asia cleared the instance. 2 players in the US cleared the instance. China actually had 6 players. The number of Chinese players who cleared the instance exceeded everyone's expectations. Then the Black Tower said, Ding dong. China District 7 official player Li Xia, China District 1 official players Fu Wenduo and Tang Mo, China District 1 official players Mu Huixiu and Andre have taken the lead in clearing the 6th floor and completed the Grab the 6th mode. The Grab the 6th mode is over. After hearing the name Li Xia, people like Ruan Wangshu, Chen Shanshan, Luo Fengcheng, Xiao Jitong, all players who knew Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo showed astonished expressions. Who is Li Xia? No one knew Li Xia but she cleared the Black Tower's 6th floor with Fu Wenduo and Mu Huixiu. Chen Shanshan frowned. China District 7, Chongqing. She heard Fu Wenzheng saw that the first time he met Tang Mo was on the Black Tower's 2nd floor. At the time, Tang Mo had been attacking the 2nd floor and there was another player in the game, Bai Ruiao. He was a player from District 7, which was Chongqing. Fu Wenzheng said, I've never heard of this person. Is it a man or a woman? Is he very powerful? Chen Shanshan thought for a moment and was about to speak when the Black Tower's voice was heard again. The moment it finished, all players had wide eyes from shock and they stared incredulously at the Black Tower. Ruan Wangshu directly got up from the infirmary bed and ran to stare at the Black Tower suspended over the Forbidden City. Shanghai, Nanjing, Moscow, London, New York. Millions of players all over the world flocked to the nearest Black Tower. At this time, they weren't worried about other players sneak attacking them to steal their treasures. It was because everyone in the world knew there was nothing more important than the words that the Black Tower was now announcing. Once Tang Mo and Fu Wenduo returned to Earth, they opened their eyes and were standing below the Black Tower. Tang Mo didn't get to see the scene in front of him when the loud and unemotional child's voice rang in his head. He heard the Black Tower say in a calm voice, Ding dong. The Black Tower's 6th floor is over and Earth players have succeeded in attacking the tower. Opening the Black Tower's 7th floor game. Time, June 19, 2018, 2:22 Greenwich Mean Time. Location, Earth. Targets, 3.17 million players across the world. Reading Earth's data, returning to Earth, Tang Mo raised his head with disbelief and stared at the top of the Black Tower. Returning to Earth. Added a KO5 for the people asking for an alternative to Patreon. https://ko-fi.com/rainbow-turtle pledge any amount to my Patreon to access to the BL Google Drives, where you can get early access to any chapters I have completed. You can also join my Discord channel to chat with fellow readers about the novels.